Now what I do is I'll just open these holes up a little bit more, make them a little bit bigger so that we can get our steaks in there easier. May have to punch that one out a bit more. There we go. I want to open those holes up big enough for that steak to get through without any big problem. Once you get this made, you can carry this for a long time. I've had some that have lasted for up to a year or more. And then I'll just stick this steak through that hole and through this hole. And I'll put the other steak through this hole and through this hole. I may have to open this one up a little bit more. There we go. Now what I've done is I've made a stove deluxe. You can see I've got my bale on here, but I've also got a set of grills here that I can put a 1-pound coffee can, a small cook stove inside of here, and once that I build that way, then I'm going to be able to have the flames come up around and do a full cook on that stove. Well, we've gone out and we've gathered some grass, a little bit of hay from the field, and we're going to stuff that in there. Now, you can do this with a primitive technique. Today I'm just going to go ahead and light this up so that we can get it in there and you can get an idea. I'm limited to 10 minutes here on these YouTubes, so I'll just go ahead and use a lighter. I'll just light that. Then we can start to put our wood in. Now the best thing to use is some smallish wood. If you can take the bark off, that's even better. I'm going to turn that around. One of the reasons for this hole in the back is to act as a chimney once that I put my pot on top. And what I'm going to do while this is burning, and while it's just getting lit up real good, is I'm going to take my 1-pound coffee can and I'm going to fill it with some water and put on top here to show you how this cooks. Now you can see the wind is coming out of the northwest right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn those holes around so that these bottom holes have the wind come in, and you'll see that smoke disappear as the fire starts to build. You really don't have to worry too much. This is a very, very hot fire, so if you have things in here that are a little hotter than or a little bigger than you normally would use on a fire, it's still going to catch with just a little bit of coaxing, because it is a very, very hot fire inside being contained. So we'll go ahead and we'll put a little bit. This is a 1-pound coffee can. You can see it's got a little bale on there, and I'm just going to put a little bit of water in here to show you how this sits on top of the tinder can. I have to knock a little bit of this wood down in here, get it below the cooking level, and then I can just set my can right on top, and there we have it. Now if I need to put more wood in, I can feed it right through this hole in the back. Let's see if I can turn that around without knocking all the water off. Set that right in the back, and that'll give me plenty of wood that I can put in there to keep my fire going. And you can see how that fire comes up right around the can. It'll boil this can of water. I just have a little bit in here, but it'll boil this can filled with water in probably about 4 to 5 minutes. This is David Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire. Hope you've enjoyed making the Deluxe Hobo stove and have a lot of use for it. We appreciate you being with us and hope you'll join us for another video. Have a great day.